Where's the little girl?
Claire! Take Sherry! Get out of here!
Leon, no!
Bring that Birkin girl over here, or we'll take our time with this cop.
Go!
Don't hurt him! All right, we're coming!
Hurry it up.
Why are you doing this? For Umbrella? Money? What's in it for you, huh?
I'm injured. cop is dead.
Good. Now finish your mission and bring us the girl.
Copy that. You're coming with us.
Claire, I don't want to go. Please. No.
Sorry. We've got orders.
Believe it or not, that was actually the final boss of Operation Raccoon City. And this entire thing goes to show why Slant Six was one of the worst developers that Capcom could have found to focus on their alternate timeline Resident Evil 2 Kill Squad video game, because this was the point that the game entirely hinged on, the one big moment that it had to show for itself. The main characters being able to murder Leon Kennedy, if that was your choice. I mean, this is a button at the end of the game, multiple ending thing, so you can choose to let him go if you want, but yeah, I think it's more narratively appropriate that Wolfpack would have killed Leon Kennedy because they have more invested in getting their help from Umbrella rather than just helping the guy that they've been hunting down for half the game. And even with the biggest moment that this game had, showing off the actual murdering of Resident Evil 2 protagonist Leon Kennedy and Claire and Sherry, this was the best that they had to offer. This was their top idea. A cover-based shootout that feels like a multiplayer game with bots from Gears of War. Somehow less interesting, because at least Gears of War would give you interesting weapons to fight with. This is just boredom on top of dullardry in a beige-white room. Like, generic doesn't even go far enough to describe it. There is zero interesting gameplay. It's all cover-based shooting. Leon doesn't even get anything interesting to use as gameplay. There's no environmental hazards, there's no additional weapons, there's no attack patterns. All you need to do is just do the normal cover shooting thing. Wait until Leon Kennedy takes a couple shots, peg him with a few bullets, and then move on. The game does show that they gave Leon Kennedy a couple helper guys, but they last as long as a frickin' feather in a tornado, how useless they are, leaving Leon Bullet Sponge Kennedy fending for himself, sitting in a corner and not doing anything other than just being a normal cover shooting based enemy guy. That's all he frickin' does. He'll pop his head up for a little bit, pop it down, repeat over and over again until he's just dead. There are healing items all over the damn place. You get all four of your guys to back you up, and if this was a co-op game, it would have been done even freaking faster, because like I said, Leon doesn't move in the game. Even if he does move, it's incredibly slow and stodgy, which means it means about as much if he didn't move at all. This is the ultimate failure of Operation Raccoon City and Slant Six. Like, the one highlight, the one money shot moment, the big deal of this game is right here. This is the thing that you put in the trailers. This is the thing that advertises your game of this premise. And it comes down to one of the most generic ass fights that you could ever get in any video game, and encapsulates why this game was a failure overall. It was hand-given a gold-encrusted premise on a fucking platinum platter, straight from Capcom. They could have done anything they freaking wanted with the characters, the story, or the setting. They were given free reign to fuck up Resident Evil 2 and 3, some of the best games that Capcom has ever made, and this is their creative potential. This is their top dollar idea. They just didn't give a shit. I don't care what you want to use to defend Slant Six. This entire thing is prime example numero uno that Slant Six never had anything to offer anybody. They didn't take any creative license with this shit. They didn't try to push the envelope, they didn't try to do anything new, and the alternate timeline is completely screwed over solely from the creative bankruptcy of the people making it. Like, it didn't exist until now, and now that it's over, there's no reason that it will ever exist. This was one of the greatest ideas for a Resident Evil sequel that anyone could have had. A mercenary group just mowing down and completely screwing over the timelines of Resident Evil 2 and 3. This was an amazing idea, full of potential and great ideas. And Slant Six just did what it could to make generic-ass video game number 1253 on the Xbox 360. A cover-based shooter with a squad-based setup that literally any other video game could have done better because it's such an overused idea. It completely screws over any horror pretensions that they would have had, and it becomes boring, useless, and a complete waste of time. I'm amazed that Slant Six did completely crapped out by the end of development to produce this incredible monument to laziness. There's not much more to say. Leon doesn't do anything in his boss fight. He's just a normal enemy given 5 times the health of anybody else. He's got a unique design because it's Leon Kennedy, but that's about it. You fight him in a generic-ass train yard that we've seen 500 times in other places, with a combat setup that we've seen another 2,000 times. The whole thing is a joke. And like I said, a prime example that Slant Six completely fucked this up. I'm amazed that halfway through this frickin' series there was actually some light being seen from their good idea. But by the end of the game, frickin' thrown out the window. Way to not give a shit, Slant Six. At least the game's over now, for what it's worth. Anyway, we'll put a final score on this, and tomorrow we'll be getting out the big review video, so to stay tuned for that at least.